God said, in the day you eat of this, you shall surely die. They didn't die physically. They died in their spirit. They went from spiritual life to spiritual death. And of course, God comes in and he judges the serpent, who of course we know that's just symbolism, that this was Lucifer. He came into the garden and tempted Adam and Eve, and of course they fell. So God is judging the serpent. Of course, he's judging Eve, and he's judging Adam. All creation fell. So verse 15, I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So when he's talking about putting enmity between the seed, in other words, you now have the fallen seed of man, but the enmity between the seed is, on one hand, you have fallen humanity, but on the other seed is God right now is speaking forth into the earth, into the future, the coming seed, Jesus. The seed that's going to have life in his spirit. That's the difference. You have a bunch of seeds with no life, and then you have a seed with life. So there's going to be enmity. In other words, between life and death. These things don't go together. They're contrary to each other. So he's speaking into the earth that there is going to be a coming seed with life in his spirit. And of course, that seed is going to be the Redeemer. You'll see that clear in a minute. And it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. What it means is that this seed is going to bruise Satan's head. It's going to destroy Satan, because it's going to destroy spiritual death that Satan uses to rule over men. So when he destroys that spiritual death, he destroys Satan. And thou shalt bruise his heel, meaning that Jesus gets bruised. When Jesus destroys spiritual death, he himself gets bruised. And the reason they put it like that, bruise his heel, is it's not a total death blow. Obviously, Jesus has to die to bring this about. That's when it says bruise his heel. In other words, Jesus, in doing this, in destroying the power Satan has over humanity, he himself is going to be bruised. He himself is going to die. But he says bruise his heel because it's not a total death, because obviously 3 days later Jesus rises from the dead. But yet when he does, the devil is still totally destroyed. Now, we're still kind of all playing this out. So the hold that the devil had over us is destroyed, because spiritual death is destroyed when you get born again. That's of course happened. But as we walk this out with Jesus, the devil is getting put under... We're coming to the day where the devil will receive his final judgment, and Jesus will cast him out forever. And of course, that is coming to pass in our future.